Welcome everybody to the Daily Mastermind. I am Paul Baxter with Mortgage Mastermind Group, here to help you grow. Guys, girls, we're going to be talking about Facebook Marketing Part 2. If you are checking this out on the recorder and you're seeing this for the first time, make sure you get the background first. Watch Facebook Marketing Part 1 first before you check this out. You're going to understand the concept of what we're talking about in Part 2 here if you've watched Part 1 first. So if you're checking this out on the recording, make sure you pause right here, go back and scan through and check out Facebook Marketing Part 1 so you understand the concept and the format in which we have devised this purposeful plan for implementing a Facebook or social media strategy. That being said, we're here for Part 2 today, and what Part 2 is what to say and when to say it. So to recap what we talked about yesterday, you learned a little bit about how to create a list and then filter that list so that the news feed you're looking at is only a news feed of people that are on that list. You're only seeing the status updates and the social engagement of people on that list. It absolutely takes a lot of that time wasting out of the scenario when you talk about Facebook marketing. We talked about how to engage your referral partners, businesses, as your business. Remember, we talked about how to log in as your business page and then go to other business pages that you're connected to, filtering the news feed so you're only seeing the businesses you're connected to engage with them. And then we talked about an easy way to find new prospect referral partners to engage with on a business-to-business level by being logged in as your business page and doing a simple search and seeing more results, and therefore you're just seeing all of the referral partners that you could partner with and liking their content. And we talked about why it's important to like their content, and people will do the same for you. We talked about having a purposeful plan to implement all of this activity with a daily 10, a way to post a daily 10 to stay engaged with the people on your list, and posting for greatness method, where we talked about what to post on the specific days. So what's next? Really, what do you do next? You know, cool, I got the idea, Paul. That sounds great. I'd like to implement this. What do I do next? Well, what you do next is you start thinking about what to say and do for your daily 10. You need to know that going in so that you don't waste time and you don't get distracted on Facebook. It's one of the easiest places to get distracted on. And so knowing what you're going to say and do during your daily 10 can take that time and those distractions away. What to do next is also, what are you going to post on your posting for greatness? What are you going to post on Tuesday when it's time for funnies? What are you going to post on Friday when it's time for a testimonial or a success story? We're going to talk today about how to automatically get content sent to you so that you can automate the process. And we're going to also talk about how much time you need to devote to this strategy. So what to do next is to think about, put it together. What are you going to post? What kind of activity do you do during the daily 10? How do you automate the whole thing? And how much time are you really investing in this strategy? So let's kick it off and start with the daily 10. The real way to use this is to create more than one list. You don't want just one list of referral partners with 150 real estate agent names in that list. It's impossible to do your daily 10 effectively that way. Liking, commenting, and sharing does not take a very long time. A quick comment, oh, what a beautiful picture, super excited about your new venture. Oh, congratulations on you and your husband's anniversary. What a beautiful, looks like a beautiful day you had. Things like that. The key for all of that, for saving that time, is to not get distracted. And that's the main reason why you're creating more than one list or multiple lists. And so you would create, like for referral partners, you'd create a group of lists. For clients, you'd create a group of lists. For business-to-business partners, a group of lists. So an example of a referral partner group of lists would look like this. So I'd have like a list called current partners, and those are my A agents. And then I'd have a partner prospects, which is like a list of all of my B and C agents combined into one list. And then maybe I'd have a separate list for my target partners, agents that are on my target, they're on my radar, but I'm not yet working with them. I haven't done anything with them. We haven't had that opportunity yet. Those are just target agents, which will probably be your largest of the lists. The way I would market to it is, so my current partners, let's say there's 8 agents on that list. Well, I'm going to like, comment, and share with each and every one of those 8 agents because that's under my 10. Remember, I'm doing a daily 10 for my lists. So I'm going to like, comment, and share with whoever's in that news feed. Not on every single post. You don't have to like, comment, and share every single post. You're just trying to like, comment, and share with that person at least once a day to engage with them socially. Because there's only 8 on that list, I'm engaging with every single one of them. Now, my partner prospect list, let's say there's 20 agents on my B and C list, maybe people I've done business with one time or 2 or 3 times, but they're not a true referral partner, or somebody that I've met with face-to-face, we've talked, we've shaken hands, there's a little something there, but we haven't yet done a transaction together yet. Maybe that, that's a C agent to me. Maybe there's 20 of those on my list. So what my method is going to be is to like, comment, or share with 10 of those people on that list on Monday. And then the other 10 I'm going to like, comment, and share with on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday I'm going to go back to the first group of 10 and like, comment, and share with them, some of their posts. And then on Wednesday I go back to the second group, and so on and so forth with that group. That way every other day I'm communicating with them. Okay, target partners. Again, these are people I haven't done business with. That's going to be my largest list. These are my targets, people I've got on my radar that I'd like to turn into partners. And let's say there's 40 of them. The way that I'll manage that is I'm going to focus on 10 at a time. And over the next 30 days, I'm going to consistently like, share, and comment with 10 people from that list. If I don't get any social activity from, let's say, 2 of those people of that 10 over that 30 days, well, those 2 people I'm done with, and at starting the new 30 days, I move 2 more people that I'm going to be liking, commenting, sharing with on that space to generate that social engagement. Okay? So there is a methodology to the daily 10. It's not 10 likes, shares just randomly. You want to focus and be consistent with people that you're liking, commenting, and sharing with, or doing that social engagement with. And because you're doing the 10, you just split your groups up into ways that, your smaller groups, try to get as many as you can. If it's more than 10, split them up into days. And then if it's a larger group, focus on 10 at a time, move them through the process, move them. If they move from one of those target agents to a C prospect because you've had that opportunity, you got some engagement, move them to the different list. It doesn't take but a brief moment to move people to a new list or to create a new list if you'd like to do that. Okay? So what do you say when you like, when you comment, when you share, when you do your daily 10 engagement? What is it that you're saying? Well, the first and easiest thing is make a simple, easy comment on their photos. Facebook shows photos much more frequently just because they know that 130% more engagement takes place on photos. And so it's going to be easy for you to find photos when you filter your newsfeed results. Comment on those photos, personal and business. Make a short little comment. Congratulate them on their achievements when they post their achievements. Oh, little Johnny graduated kindergarten. Especially when it's in one of their kids' achievements, congratulate them on that. Just a simple congratulations. As a parent, I know how great that feels. They got the up and comer of the year award from their local real estate board. Congratulations. You must have worked really hard this year to achieve that. I know how difficult that is in the business that you're in. what a great accomplishment you've been able to achieve this year. That's it. That didn't take 30 seconds. So those are the kind of things that you're gonna say in your daily 10. Answer questions that they ask. You know, just like you're learning how to post and how to generate social engagement, your agents are learning very similar things to you. And it's likely that you're going to come across one of your 10 in one of your lists that is doing a similar strategy and posting something like a question. Answer those questions. If they're reaching out to try and establish some social connections and engagement, by all means engage them and give them what they're looking for. Answer those questions that they ask. Always like their photos, always like their status updates, even if it's just something goofy as, I can't believe they're out of spinach at the Publix. Just like it, LOL, something like that. When they check in, has everybody noticed when a friend on their friend list does a check-in? Is everybody familiar with what a check-in is? If you're not familiar with the check-in, put a little comment here and I'll describe. Well, you know what, I ought to just describe it anyway because I'm sure there's somebody on the call that doesn't know what a check-in is. So on the mobile version of Facebook, if a business page has given its address and its information, you have the ability on your mobile device when you go to a restaurant, you can pull them up, you can do what's called a check-in at that restaurant where you click a little button and it lets the world know, hey, Paul Baxter is at Panera Bread on Alt 19. So I can check in at those places and it shows my friends and my connections where I'm at. When you see your agent do a check-in from anywhere, whether it's at the workout facility, at the gymboree, or at the dog park, like their check-in. It's engaging with them. People love their stuff to be liked. They want to know that people are paying attention to them. It's that, again, goes back to what we talk about with what creates a sale, not anything you said, it's how you made them feel. And so with social media, you get an opportunity to give them a feeling without having to be in front of them or face-to-face. So give them that feeling. That's what that engagement is all about. Are there any questions about what to say, what to post on your daily 10? I want to make sure it's very clear on what to say and what to do during your daily 10. And I'm pausing here for just a moment. It looks like not. It looks like we've covered that pretty well. It's pretty cut and dry. I mean, I know I'm not telling you anything that's like, ooh, ninja secret news here, but it's important to remember because if you know that that's the things you're going to do, if you know exactly how and what you're going to do, how you're going to target your 10, how you're going to, split your list up, how you're going to look for the right people, what kind of things you're going to post and comment on, what kind of things, and we'll talk about share in a second here, but what kind of things that you're going to do, it's going to take away that time wasting that takes place with Facebook. When it comes to sharing, you want to share items that are not of a personal nature to that person. Do not, I cannot stress this hard enough, do not share their personal photos. You are welcome to like them, comment on them, whatever, but do not share someone's personal photos to your own page. It's a creeper move. It's a very creepy sort of feeling. And when you like or comment on a photo, people feel great. Oh, it makes you feel so warm and fuzzy. It's a wonderful feeling. But you start sharing somebody's personal photos, now there's a little bit of a weirdness factor that comes involved. I don't know why that fine line is there. It just is. So avoid sharing the personal photos, but feel free to share items that are not of a personal nature. If it's, they're sharing an award that they got, standing there holding a plaque with the president of the association, share that by all means. That's not a personal photo. That's a business photo. Don't share a photo of little Johnny sitting in the pool with his diaper down around his knees because it got too wet. That's not a shareable photo. Okay, how do you share? James is asking, how do you share other people's photos? So underneath any post, any comment, any status update, including ones with videos and ones with pictures and ones with infographics. It doesn't matter. All the posts are the same. Directly underneath the post where the like button is, towards the end of that, you'll see an option that says share. I'll show you after the presentation. Sure thing. Just remind me after the presentation. I'll be glad to show you that live. A big thing, and I put asterisks by this, guys, share their listings. Do you know what kind of comments and feedback you will get from a real estate agent, especially those that are on your target list? If you start sharing their listings that they've posted, boy, that's a big winner. Whether or not it gets them the exposure or not does not make any difference. It's that you're engaged and that you shared their business on your page. They love that. That's something, oh, wow, that's a big deal. That's a big deal for them. So make sure that if you see that in your daily 10, you see somebody post, share that instantly. Share open house information. Same thing with the listings. They love that. You're trying to help them grow their business, and they recognize that with the share of their business stuff like their listings or their open house info. Share if you go and you notice that, you know, hey, Peggy shared this video, share those videos also, but double up on your engagement. Let me explain what I mean by double up on your engagement. So if Peggy shared a video and I shared Peggy's video, now Peggy sees that I shared her video. Peggy gets a notification of that. I can double up on that engagement by making a post where Peggy shared it. I can go in and say, hey, Peggy, this is great stuff. Thanks so much. I will be sharing this as well. And then share it also. So I posted a comment and I shared. That's doubling up on the engagement. So now I'm likely going to get a message of some sort or some type of communication back from Peggy. She's either going to go and like my share or she's going to like my comment at minimum on her share. So it's a big deal. You can double up on your engagement just by sharing something that they have already shared. Okay? Be consistent on your daily 10. I cannot stress this enough. It is, if you start this, if you segment your list and you start doing this, do it regularly. If you don't do it consistently, what's going to happen is you're not going to get any kind of results. You'll just be spinning wheels, and it becomes, again, a time waster, because the time that if you're not consistent with it, you're on there, you're doing the things, you're doing your daily 10, you're commenting, you're sharing, you're posting, all that cool stuff. But because you're only doing it once every other week or once a week or maybe even just twice a week, nobody's noticing it because it's not consistent enough to catch anybody's attention. It's just a random post or a random comment here or there. It doesn't catch anybody's attention. The way you're going to catch people's attention and make them notice you socially is by being consistent socially. People who regularly like, and Joy reiterated this yesterday when she talked about one of her strategies that she does with a new applicant, where she friends the applicant right away. And when she friends the applicant right away, if they are socially active, meaning they're really active on Facebook, they're posting and they're mentioning and they're talking and they're telling people about Joy already. So people who regularly like, comment, and post feel closer to those that engage with them just as regularly. They feel like there's a true friendship there, even though it's just this social media site friendship. They feel that there is a closer bond with people because that's how they manage their life. They're active in it. They like other people that are active in it with them. Do you go to their Facebook page to like and comment, or you do it only on your news feed? There's no reason to go to their page and like and comment, Jeff. It's much more efficient to do it right from the news feed. But remember, the news feed that you're looking at is the filtered news feed. You're only looking at, based on what we learned yesterday, you're only looking at a news feed of those people that you've got on that segmented list, to ensure that you're not wasting time and you're only seeing what's going on. Not all my realtors' feed get to my news feed. That's because you're not looking at them on a segmented list. Put that realtor that you don't see in your news feed into a list of 10 or 12 or 20 other realtors, and guess what's going to happen? If you filter your news feed to just those agents, you will see them. That's why you're creating these lists, is because you're taking away all the Facebook clutter. You're taking away all the normal Facebook news feed, and you're only seeing a news feed of that one specific list or that important category to you. That's kind of why Facebook put this together. So it makes it easier. It takes away that time wasting. We talked about it yesterday, Jeff. It was on yesterday's class where we create a list of real estate agents or referral partners or past clients for that matter. And then once we've created that list, we can actually look at a news feed of only people in that list. And that's where the power is coming from, is just being able to do your daily 10 of those people that are just on that list. And in today's class, I talked about how to make groups of lists. If I've got referral partners as a list, well, I want to segment that out. I want to make a list of my current actual partners, maybe only 10 people there, 8 people there. I want to make a list of my B and C agents, call them prospect partners, people that are not quite partners yet, but people that I want to become partners with. Maybe did 1 or 2 transactions, but not fully partners yet. That's a whole other segmented list. And then targets, people I've never done business. That's a whole other segmented list, and I want to filter them just by those categories so that I know how to focus my daily 10 and how to make my comments, my likes, and my shares be more effective, and then I can become more consistent in my delivery so that I can then get the results I'm looking for. What's really cool about doing the daily 10, when you get consistent and you start getting that back and forth engagement, the network of friends of that person will start to notice also that they're engaging back and forth with someone. Those interested will check your profile out. I guarantee, promise you this, you at one time or another, if you are active on Facebook and you talk about being a mortgage lender and you're active, somewhere, someone along the line has Facebook stalked you. Yes, you can add new agents to your lists as you friend them. Absolutely, you can edit those lists and add to the lists. Easy enough to do. Very easy to do. Make sure you check out yesterday's class on that because we went deep into that. So make sure you look at that. You can definitely edit those lists. But the network of friends is awesome, and they are going to check you out. Make sure that your profile lets them in on what you do. Give them some information. Make sure you've got your business tagged. You know, you've placed who you work for that relocates them or drags them back to your business page with good information about you on what you do. People will follow that trail and to find out about you, especially on Facebook, because that's their trusted place. Okay. The next thing that you're going to be posting or doing is posting, you know, not just engaging with other people's posts, but you want to post as well. And we've got our methodology we create that we talked about yesterday called Posting for Greatness. What Posting for Greatness does is it takes the guesswork out of what to post. That's the big deal. I hear it all the time. I know I need to be doing something. I just don't know what to post. What should I post about? I don't know. One day I got it. The next day I don't know what to post. This takes the guesswork out of that. It takes the time wasting out of what to post, and that's the biggest deal, is taking that precious time that we cannot get back. It takes that time wasting out of what to post. It helps you ensure that you will stay consistent socially. Again, the worst thing you can do is start posting and then stop for a while and then start again and stop for a while. You don't have consistency. You will never. This holds true on social media, probably more so than any other place marketing-wise. The only other place that I can think of, and as I'm saying this, I can think of one other place that consistency, if you're not consistent, you'll never get the impact. Social media and video marketing. Those two places Consistency is hands down the one thing that will make you or break you in these strategies. If you miss the consistency part with video marketing or social media marketing, it's an uphill battle. I'm not going to say you're wasting your time, because I don't think anything you do to get your brand and get your name out there is a waste of time. But it is definitely an uphill battle if you're dabbling in these two platforms. Get consistent. You'll see results almost instantly. And it allows you to get people to engage directly with your stuff, as opposed to the Daily 10. That allows you to engage with them. This gets people to engage with you, which is bringing it back towards you. That's a big, powerful thing to remember, is that you're going both ways. Your Daily 10 is you're engaging with them. What this is doing is it's asking for engagement directly back to you. So what's it look like, the posting for greatness? We talked about this yesterday. To reiterate, Monday is a motivational message. Tuesday is something funny. Wednesday is an industry update, something specific to your industry, the mortgage business. Thursday, because of the fact that it is the by far the highest engagement day of all the days of the week on Facebook, because of that fact, we like to do something that generates that engagement, like a question, a survey, a fill in the blank. And then Friday is a testimonial, and if you can't get a testimonial, a success story. What would you recommend for consistency for social marketing and to video marketing? For social marketing consistency, follow this format that you're learning today. Stay in touch with me through the rest of this program, and you will follow this format that I'm showing you right here, right now, today, with the Daily 10 to your list of people. And I'm going to show you how to time block that later. As far as video, we'll talk about that'll be another class altogether. So the Monday motivational, the things that you say on your Monday motivational, a quote from your favorite author or speaker. You guys know me, my favorite of all time is Zig Ziglar. I love his little isms and his short little quotes that really, they carry a ton of weight, and it's always something to motivate you. So Zig Ziglar quotes, and Napoleon Hill, another great master of business marketing and business understanding, great motivating. Thomas Jefferson always has some really good quotes. I don't know if they're motivating, but always inspiring. So I kind of put the two together. Tony Robbins, always has something inspiring to say. You can post, if you don't want to do like a quote from a famous author, you could do a video that inspires you. But be careful with the video stuff if it's a sad story, even though it may be motivating or inspiring that the person, beat all odds and conquered, cancer in their life. It's an inspiring story, but you want the things that you post to encourage engagement. And a lot of people don't want to comment or post, or, that little bit of sadness is not that it's a negative story. It doesn't. Yeah, Albert Einstein is great for quotes too. And I had Albert Einstein on here, and I changed it to Tony Robbins instead. And I don't know why I did, but I did change it from Albert Einstein to Tony Robbins because I thought of that too. But as far as the videos, just be careful that it's not a sad story that ends in inspiration, because the sad story, it can have the opposite effect. It'll discourage people from engaging with you. An image with a motivating message. Don't post the ones with the greatest man in the world. I don't always drink beer, but if I did, it would be a Dos Equis. Not that guy. That's not motivational images. But there are some really cool images. You guys have seen the one with the egret standing there with a frog in its mouth, and the frog has its hands around the throat of the egret, and it's struggling with it, and the quote is, "Don't give up, don't ever give up." You guys have seen that. That's a great motivating image, and it's one that makes you smile, and I've posted that On social media, I have probably posted that over the last 4 years, probably 5 or 6 times. I always space it out. But every time I post it, I get 5 to 10 comments, 7 or 8 likes, a couple of shares every single time I post that. I'm always getting engagement with it because it's fun, but it's motivating at the same time. One of the things you want to do when you're doing your Monday motivational is make sure that you comment on why it motivates you, or make, hey, this is my motto. When I post that one with the egret and the frog, I always, this is my motto kind of thing. And just a small comment that lets them know you're engaged in what you're posting. You're not just randomly throwing up crap hoping that somebody's going to respond to it, that you're actually engaged with it, okay? For the Tuesday funny, a funny story or a joke, I'm sure I don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Make it a clean story or a clean joke. Do not, remember, is a group of people out there. You don't want to offend anybody. I know you know your friends on Facebook and all that fun stuff, but we're talking about doing business here. Don't offend people. A funny video. The viral videos are always the most popular. You guys all remember the ultimate dog tease, the one with the dog with the maple syrup kind? Yeah, yeah. And they gave it to the cat. No! I mean, one of the funniest things ever. That's a great funny video. You could probably do that over and over again, just like the motivational, the egret and the frog thing, and get the response every time. Charlie bit my finger was a great one. Right now, with what's going on the internet today on Facebook, you can't hardly look on Facebook without seeing 5 or 10 people doing the ice bucket challenge. A great funny one appropriate for right now would be the ice bucket challenge fails, if you can find one of those on YouTube. I saw one yesterday that just absolutely had me rolling on the floor laughing. Great stuff. A funny image or cartoon, again, clean. Always keep it clean. And here's the rule of thumb for keeping it clean, you guys. If it's something you wouldn't show to your mom, don't post it. If it's not something that you would show to your mother, don't post it. That's just the rule of thumb. I will say this, and I know some people will do it anyway. It's just it's because it's such a hot thing going. Not a hot thing. It's just such a contested thing right now. Don't post about politics, and try to avoid posting about religion. You are going to alienate half of your viewers if you post about politics. No matter what your feeling on it is, you're going to alienate some people. Same thing with religion. I know, with me, I post some things that have to do with prayer and that have to do with God sometimes, and I'll give thanks to God on, sometimes in some of my posts, but I don't do it purposely. I don't do it every day. I don't post a prayer of the day, things like that. Politics, that's easy for me to avoid. I get so frustrated with it that I don't even want to talk about it on my Facebook, so I avoid the conversations. That's an easy one to avoid. But religion, for a lot of people, it's difficult to avoid those kind of posts. And it's okay to have some of them, but don't make the religious thing, don't make that be an overbearing kind of thing. Don't post things like, if you don't believe in my God, you're going to hell. Don't post stuff like that. If you can do it, avoid the political and religious posts, especially on the funny side of things. Now, if it's a funny religious joke or a funny political joke, now if it's a political joke that you think is funny because it's saying what a horrible President Obama is, or what a horrible Speaker Boehner is, avoid that, because half your crowd's, even if it's funny to you, half your crowd's not going to consider it funny. The funny religious stuff, use your discretion on that. You don't want to upset very religious people either by thinking that you're using, that you're having blasphemous types of posts. So just be careful with those kind of things. I know I spent a couple of minutes on that, but it's important. Wednesday industry updates, any changes to popular programs, like a change to the FHA regulations, or the USDA just came out recently with some new with their guidelines on areas and things like that. I don't even know what this is, but I saw somebody post on it today that there's some new something going on with HUD's Hawk program. I don't even know what that means, but I know somebody posted on that. That's an industry update. Perfect for Wednesday. Niche program frequently asked questions. That's a great industry type of post. You can post, hey, have you been thinking about a VA loan? Well, here's the top 3 questions I get asked. Thinking about a reverse mortgage? Here's the number one. Here's the number one bit of misinformation, and here's the real deal with it. Hey, did you know that you can rehab your niche frequently asked questions? Did you know that you can rehab your home with money from your mortgage? Let me explain how this works. Stuff like that. It's not a highly engaged with. Again, but Wednesday is one of the lowest engagement days on the totem pole, so that's okay. We're not looking for a ton of engagement. What it does is it allows us to brand ourselves as an expert, and it gives you content for when that person does Facebook stalk you. Does that make sense? This is not the kind of post that you're going to be getting 10 or 12 comments on and a couple of shares. This is the kind of information that's there. It's branding you as an expert. People know that you know the information, know that you know your stuff, and when they Facebook stalk you, it's that extra little selling point to get them to pick up the phone and call. Thursday is engagement day, the most important day for your Facebook social media. So the way that you do it is you're going to ask a question that they would know the answer to. So, again, we talked about questions, surveys, fill in the blanks. When you do a question, make sure it's a question that they know the answer to, because you want to encourage them to answer it. So a sample question would be, hey, real estate friends, what is the longest time a house stays on the market right now? You'll get all kinds of different answers, but you're getting engagement. You're starting a conversation with that question. You could do a survey, like a who can help me kind of thing. So the way I would post a survey would be exactly this. Who can help me? Of these 3, what gives you the best return? Print ads, direct mail, or social media ads? Now, you're going to get some people that say, oh, I stopped doing print ads years ago. Oh, I only do print ads. Oh, I've never done social media ads. I don't do any of the 3. I do by referral only. That's fantastic. How do you generate those referrals? You can generate or begin a conversation this way. Post a fill-in-the-blanks message. That's always a good one. I always wanted to go, leave it empty. People will start commenting on that. I never told anybody this, but I always wanted to try and leave it blank. If I could do one thing on my bucket list tomorrow, I would, and leave it blank. Allow people to talk, and what you're doing is you're getting them to expose themselves as to what their interests are, what they're into, what they like. And people love to talk about what they like, what they're into, and what their interests are, don't they? I know I certainly do. If somebody asked me a question about fishing, I'd sit there and talk to them until the cows came home or until they told me they were done. I would talk to them. People love to talk about that kind of stuff. So you ask me this question, I'm going to answer it with what I love. That's how most people will answer it. Make sure, here's a key component to Thursday. Make sure you engage back with any of those comments. Those are conversations that you can have. And if you can have that conversation on Facebook, guess what? Everybody gets to see the conversation, and that's cool, because the conversation gets social and other people see it and other people engage in it. Other people start checking you out. Hey, I saw you were talking to my good friend Bill the other day. I checked you out. I'm looking to add an addition onto my home. I'm wondering would I qualify for this rehab program you talked about? Well, I don't know. Why don't you give me a call and let's talk about it? That's how leads and referrals take place. It's all about that engagement and the friends of friends, that viral effect. Friday is testimonials or success stories days. Testimonials, guys, are huge, especially probably more prevalent in the social arena. I mean, there's businesses out there like Yelp that have made their entire living on social proof and social media combination. That's what TripAdvisor is all about, is social media and social proof combined. There's a bunch of other places that do it. You know, Google has ratings and reviews on their business pages. Yahoo has ratings and reviews. I mentioned Yelp because they're the one that is their sole, the entire company is a social media site that encourages reviewing local businesses to give consumers the best options for products and services, blah, blah, blah. Social proof on social media is huge, guys. So don't be afraid, don't be shy about asking your past clients or your clients, past and present, to post on your wall. Active users, people that are active, you'll get some that'll say, oh, you know, I'll try to do that, but you'll get some, yeah, I'll be glad to. You know, Joy's already run into that. People that are active, so Facebook users, will be glad to engage and review and, you know, share their knowledge and their experience and how you made them feel right there on Facebook. It's huge. Ask agent partners to post on your wall after closing. Offer to post on theirs as an incentive. Hey, you know, I'm doing some really great stuff. I'm trying a new strategy with social media. Would you do me a favor and, you know, go on my Facebook page, just go to my wall and post you know, a little message about today's closing. I'm planning on heading over to yours, and here's exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to type in there, hey James, thanks for a great, seamless, and wonderful transaction. It was a pleasure working with you. I look forward to helping another client buy the home of their dreams together. Would you mind posting something similar? The active users, again, will be more than willing to do so. If you don't have a testimonial to post, tell a success story. It does not have to be a recent success story. You just omit the date. You omit, by the way, and I didn't put this in the PowerPoint, but let me reiterate for everybody on here, if you're going to do a success story, especially a success story that was about a particularly tough deal, omit names. Do not put people, don't put people on blast on Facebook. That will backfire on you. Just omit the names, okay? But a success story is great, and again, it doesn't have to be a recent success story. You omit the dates the same way you omit the names. Nobody needs to know that it happened 6 years ago, that you got a person that was, you know, fresh out of a divorce and down on her luck, and lo and behold, you were able to get her into a home, and she's in a great neighborhood where her children are in a fantastic school, and she couldn't be happier. You know, whatever your success story is, it doesn't have to be recent. Focus on the ones that are the particularly tough deals, and social proof is the most valuable tool to woo new clients. They're the ones, especially, you know, can you say Martha from City? Nope, I would not say Martha from Cityburg. I would avoid that, James. But here's the cool thing with the social proof stuff. Remember, you know, somebody that, a viral situation, a friend of a friend, somebody with a similar situation on one of your success stories, or a friend of somebody that posted a testimonial sees it. They go over and they Facebook stalk your page and they look at you, man, this guy's really, and they pick up the phone or they shoot you a private message on Facebook that says, hey, I noticed you helped my friend Susie last week purchase a home. I'm over in this neighborhood. I'm wondering, would you be able to help me also? Aw, shucks, I suppose so. I suppose I could give you a little bit of help also. Automate it, and I know I'm running up against the time here, so I'm going to kind of not hurry through this, but we definitely want to make sure we cover this part, how to automate it. So you would list it as I helped a home buyer do. Yes, I absolutely would. something like, what a fantastic job I've got to be able to help a woman down in Cityburg be able to purchase a brand new home when she really thought she wasn't going to be able to. You see, as it turns out, her credit score was a little low for some lenders to be able to help. But my company and my team was able to swoop in there and get the deal done with no hassle, and she's in her brand new home today, happy as she could be. I didn't mention anybody's name, didn't have to. Didn't have to give any kind of specific time frames or any of that stuff. All right. How to automate it. Set up alerts, Google Alerts for any topic that you want. It allows you to set the frequency, and you have content waiting when you need it. If you've never done alerts before, you're going to go to Google, and in the search bar, you're going to type in the word alerts. The results that you get, the very first link that you see is Google Alerts, google.com/alerts. Pretty simple. Once you get to that, this is what it looks like. Now, you will notice that it has me signed in. You have to see this or you can't set the alerts up. So if you're not signed in, sign into your Google account so that you see that. The next step is to type into the search bar what you need sent alerts on. So I typed in mortgage industry updates. And as I typed it in, it started showing me the type of results or a sample of the results that I'm going to get from this alert. Now I'm going to point out right here this show options button. Can everybody see the show options button? I noticed as I was scanning through getting ready for class, 5 minutes before class started, that I wanted to put a slide here that says the next thing that you do is you click on this drop down for show options. When you click on the show options drop down, you can set how frequently you want your alerts. The default is once a day. The default is once a day. You're going to choose your source, and what the source means, is it coming from the news, is it coming from blogs, is it coming from social sites? By default, it's set to automatic, which means it's going to look through all sources for this alert. I leave mine on all sources. Language, because you're accessing it through the United States, unless do I have any of my Canadian friends that are on the call in Montreal? If I have a Montreal, yours may come up as French as the default, but because we're in the IP address, our predominant language is English, it comes up as English. Region, by default, it's set as any region. I automatically change that to United States. And then how many? Default is best results. You can change that to all results if you want to change that. And then deliver to, by default, is set to the Gmail address that you're logged in with. You can change that also to an RSS feed if you're feeding it to your blog post. Okay? None of us are doing that. Don't worry about that. This is what it looks like. How often? At most once a week. So I changed mine to once a week from the once a day. I changed the region from all regions to United States, and I left the rest where it is. Okay? I left the rest on the default settings. Once you're done with that, you simply click the Create Alert button, and it creates that alert for you. Now, you can create as many alerts as you want. All you do is follow the previous steps I just showed you, and you can create alerts. So notice I got my mortgage industry updates alert. I can edit that, the settings and whatnot, or I can delete it. I got my funny videos because I want my Tuesday funnies taken care of. I can edit that, or I can delete it. Motivational quotes, again, edit or delete it. Question of the day. Yes, I can do an alert for question of the day, and this thing, trust me, it will, because it already sent me the alerts. I've deleted them already, but it sent me the alerts as soon as I set this up while I was getting this ready today. And there is a question of the day alert. There was about 15 different questions of the day. Some of them made absolutely no sense for what we're doing, but some of them were actually pretty good. So you can do all those things. The only thing I did not set an alert on is a testimonial or a success story. You know why? Because I can't get an alert on a testimonial. I can't get an alert. I don't want to post somebody else's success story. I want to post my success story. So you don't need alerts on that one. Make sense? You can make as many alerts as you want. Now, on the funny videos, the motivational quote ones, I did not change the default to United States because I figure if it's a funny video that came out of Russia, I'm cool with that as long as it's funny. I don't care where it came from. Same thing with motivational quotes. You know, I know Gandhi is great. You know, you can find some really great quotes. I just didn't want to limit where I was getting my quotes from to the United States, just in case you get somebody. You know, you never know when you're going to get some good stuff. So that's how you automate it. And the last thing that you have to do is you got to make sure that you are planning for it. You have to make a plan for it, which means you need to time block. Now, I would time block to allow yourself 1 hour a day for this strategy. That's right. This entire strategy that we've been talking about takes you about 1 hour per day. That is not a lot of your time, guys. That's 5 hours a week. You're talking 20 hours a month. That is not a lot of time. So if you can time block this 1 hour of day and do the daily 10 and do your posting for greatness, I'm going to tell you right now, you will get results. The way that you do it is you split that 1 hour time block into 2 separate time blocks of 30 minutes each. Okay? So you're going to set those 2 time blocks 30 minutes each. The first half-hour block, I recommend it for the morning time. That's going to, the first half-hour block is going to be making your posting for greatness. I put with image here. The reason I put that is because any post that you do, make sure that if it's a video, cool, you're good with. You've already got that. If it's a picture that's your funny thing or whatever, that's cool. You got that already. But if it's just a quote or something, always include an image with your posts, because image posts get engaged with 130% more frequently than regular text posts. You want people to see your stuff. Facebook will show it more to those people if there's an image with it. So make sure you're using images. So the first hour block, first half-hour time block is posting for greatness. Do your daily 10 and respond to any private messages or new engagements on old daily 10 posts. Okay? On your second half-hour block, you're going to follow up on any activity your post generated, and you're going to follow up on any activity your daily 10 generated. You're not doing anything new. You're just following up on the engagement or the activity that took place based on what happened in your first half-hour block. Now, what I would do is make this first half-hour block somewhere between 8 and 11 in the morning. Do a half hour, and then in the afternoon, somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock, I'd do my second half hour, 2 and 4 o'clock, I'd do my second half hour and look for the engagement. And then that's it. Why did that jump to the front like that? And then that's it. That's all there is to it. 1 hour per day, 30 minutes, 2 30-minute time blocks. And you can have a great, and I do mean great, social media strategy. You will generate leads. Now, Peggy said she had missed a couple of bits about the automated part. So to automate it, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Google Alerts. You're going to go to Google, search for alerts, and it's Google Alerts. It's the first link when you see that, Google Alerts. Once you're on Google Alerts, it's going to look like this. You'll be signed into your account. You simply type in to the search bar what you want an alert for. It's going to start showing you some of the sample stuff. Next thing you do after you type that in, before you create alert, go to Show Options. So your next step would be go to Show Options, and then in Show Options you're going to set, you can change some of the defaults on how often you get these alerts. I set mine to once a week instead of once a day. You can choose your source. I leave it at automatic because I want all sources to be looked at. Automatically sets it at English, so you're good there. You will change the region section to reflect United States instead of all regions on like most of your stuff. How many results? I always leave it on best results because I don't want all the junk. I just want the best results for, I want it to be accurate. I want it to be good stuff. And then deliver to, by default, it's your Gmail address. So that's what it looks like in the section where you're setting all your preferences or your options up, and then you simply create alert. Once you've created alert, it's in there, and you just add another one the same exact way you added the first one. You can delete or edit those alerts, okay? Nope, it's in Google Alerts. And I remember James's question from earlier, how do you share a picture? So from anywhere in the news feed, if I find a picture, let's see, let's find somebody with a picture. So Mike Sturdivant has a picture here. Here's the picture. I can like it, I can comment on it, or I can share it. If I share it, it asks me where do I want to share it to, on your own timeline, on a business page, in a group. I can share it to anywhere. So that's how you do it. It's just right underneath the picture. You got like, comment, share, and that's from anywhere. Oh, the 4 things that I did my notification part on, or alerts on: question of the day, motivational quotes, funny videos, mortgage industry updates. The only one of the posting for greatness, Peggy, we've got, on Monday we do a motivation, on Tuesday we do funny, Wednesday we do industry update, Thursday I do a question of the day, I do a survey or a fill in the blank, and then Friday I'm doing a testimonial or a success story. I can get an alert on motivational stuff. I can get an alert on funny stuff. I can get an alert on mortgage industry updates. Heck, I was surprised, but it even gave me questions of the day. I can get an alert on that. The only thing I can't get an alert on is a testimonial or a success story, because that needs to be, a testimonial about me or a success story from something that I've done. Guys, girls, I hope you learned a little bit of something today. You know what I really hope? I really hope that you now have a format and you see that social media does not have to be something that you go and you spend to be successful. You don't have to spend time doing social media. You do not have to waste time and get stuck on Facebook or avoid it because you may get stuck. If you do it the right way and if you focus on the right, use the tools that are there for you and put a format or a plan together on how you're going to achieve a social media strategy that actually produces results, well, here you go. This is the step-by-step. This is everything you could possibly need to get going with the social media strategy that literally takes you 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. If you take yesterday's class and you go in and you really set up 4 or 5 lists of potential targets, referral partners, past clients, the whole lot, and you start filtering those results and engaging just on what you filter out, 30 minutes twice a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 in the afternoon, 1 hour a day, I am guaranteeing you, you will start producing bona fide referrals coming directly from your social media efforts. So that's my soapbox for the minute. Guys, girls, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate hanging out with you. I look forward to spending some more time with you tomorrow, and next week we will be back for the regular daily mastermind on Monday. I will see you right back here, same time, same channel on Monday. Have a great week, everybody. If I don't see you, most of you, I'll see you on Friday's class, but if I miss you, I'll see you on Monday. Have a good day, everybody. Bye now.